This automation right here goes ahead and it grabs the monthly expenses of last month and then sends an email to you about the update so that you can keep check of how much your expenses were. So let me just go ahead and show you how that would look. So execute the workflow. It gets the previous month's expenses, summarizes everything, builds the email body, then it goes ahead and it sends the email. So let's go ahead and check the email. And as you can see, here we go. Here's the email sent to us here about the monthly expenses of March last month. So software right there, and that inside of the Google Sheet, that is the amount that it was for software. Social media, there it is. That's the amount it was for social media. And it also gives you the percentage so you can more or less focus on which type of category is draining more of your money and track your expenses so that you can lessen it where you are able to. And it's also set for every single month. And the best part about it is that it will go ahead and at the start of each new month, it'll go ahead and it'll send you that email of the previous month's expenses so that you're always notified about it. Now this is the automation that I'm going to be teaching you how to build for yourself. Now in case you want to skip the whole building process, I will have this automation down below in the link in the description so you can just go ahead and download it for yourself so you can import it into n8n for yourself to immediately start using it. But without further ado, let's get started with building the automation. Now the first thing you will want to do naturally is you will have to have a Google Sheet document with its own name and have tabs with the names of each month right there, and specifically make sure that you have these columns within those sheets, so date, category, description, and amount. Now let's go ahead and we'll immediately rename that, so monthly expenses summary template. Right now, the first thing you want to go ahead and do is you want to search for the schedule trigger right here. And now for the trigger interval, you want to go ahead and click months there. You want to leave that as 1 and here you want to set that out to whichever time you want it to be sent at you. So on the first day of each month at 8 a.m. it will go ahead and send me this email. Now what you want to now go ahead is go to the Google Sheets and then get the rows. Now what we will be doing right here is we'll be getting all of the expenses within that month so we can summarize it and send it all to an email for us to see everything. So rename that and then set the document name to where the document that is storing all of the monthly expenses. So for me, that would be monthly expenses 2026. And here where it says sheet, you want to go ahead by name and you want to go ahead and I'll go ahead and copy this right here and then paste it in. Now what that does there, it specifically goes ahead and it gets the previous month. Then you want to go ahead and put down another code right there, code in JavaScript. So here now this code will be responsible for summarizing everything together. So summarize expenses. Now I also have that right there, so I'll go ahead and copy and paste that right in there, and this is responsible for summarizing everything. Now you'll put down another code right there, code in JavaScript, and this one will be responsible for making that email look fancy the way that it did previously like I showed you. So build email body, and then I'll also go ahead and just copy all of this. So from here, copy that, go back in here, paste it in there, and that basically builds the email body so it starts to look fancy. Then the last node you want there, Gmail, you want to go ahead and click send a message. Now this node will be responsible for sending the summary for you each month. So you want to go ahead and put in your own email right there, and here where it says subject, go ahead and click expression, do this json.subject, because the previous code node right here will be giving us a subject, and here the email tab you want to leave that as HTML, and the message you want to come to expression, do the same thing, JSON.html, and that will basically take the email body with the information as well stored and send it to that email of yours. So you want to go here to where it says option, click add option, toggle that off. Here where it says sender name, you can put your own name right there. Now remember, if you don't put it there, it'll just paste your own Gmail in there, and that is basically all you need to do. So for you to see that it actually works, I have tested it in March, and now I'll go ahead and I'll run it so you can see it actually works. So execute the workflow, it goes ahead, it grabs the month, months, summarize it, and it sends the email. Now let's go ahead and Gmail and see if it sent it to us. All right, and as you can see, here we go. It went ahead and it sent it to us. So once again, software, the total percentage of the expenses that it took, the amount, expenses amount, and the grand total that all of the expenses are all together. And that's how you basically do it. That's how you build this automation that sends you each month an email summary of how your expenses are, so you can keep track of everything. And also, to make sure that it works 24/7, make sure to publish it. That way it will really go ahead and at the start of each month send you an email with a summary of all of your expenses. And that about brings us to the end of this video. I hope you found this useful, and once again, don't forget, I will have the workflow down below in the description, so you can just go ahead and grab it for yourself.